for Apple or Windows?
It's on the Mac. Yeah.
It's
You
on
could,
the Mac, yeah.
Mac?
It's free. It's free. You could get it. And it got all. It's the same shit.
Yeah,
Same.
Even work on my old MacBook.
Shit wonky. It could be my computer. I don't know, but.
I might try that.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm gonna try it. I doubt it.
Over there, Guitar Center, bro. Like I thought she was bad. Like this, you, bro. I thought I was bad when it came to gear, but goddamn, like every week, Snag
is worse, right? You see some new shit, right?
Machine.
Nah, I be getting lucky.
Your shit gotta look like fucking B&H right now or something.
I gotta get rid of some of this, man.
It's a good problem. Like, at the end of the day, like I ain't mad at you shit. I'm gonna get ahead myself. Fuck it.
Yeah. I got bored, with this lockdown and everything. So less movement, had to do something, and I always wanted to get into the production side. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to get into the production side, and what took me so long was actually I used to look at a drum machine or a sampler and just say, man, I can't learn all that.
Mm-hmm.
I kept myself from getting into it, but I enjoy it so much, man. And to meet other producers, I'm just a beat maker, but to meet producers and, learn stuff from them is truly like an experience that's fulfilling to me.
Shit, you moving, bro. You moving.
And I sold a couple of beats, so.
Oh,
that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Here you go.
What the fuck is that?
I'm at like 12.
That's what's up.
Nice.
And how long you been producing or making beats, like you say?
I just made 10 months, pardon me. I said 10 years, 10 months.
Bro.
I started the birthday of last year.
I'm trying to beat you a producer. Fuck that.
I wouldn't have known that, though. From knowing your page, from knowing your page, I would have thought you've been doing it for years.
Wow, thank you. But, because I used to rap or whatever, I always gave input to the producers, that were making the music for me anyway. So my mind was on that side. I just didn't know the technical part of it yet. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
That's like Cypha. You and Cypha in the same boat.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to follow everybody when we get out so I can do my research.
Yeah. That's kind of how I got into it, too, because Ms.LeD was the one who pushed me into it, because, we've always messed with music together for over 20 years now.
Oh, wow. You in New York?
No, I'm in the land of Oz, man. Tornado Alley. I'm out here in Kansas. I'm out here in the middle of Kansas. Like, damn, this nigga's in Kansas. Yeah, this nigga's in Kansas. But that's how I got into producer too. She kind of put me on to, the iOS community and everything that she was doing the stuff. And it took me a while. I was hard-headed and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, you got to do this.
Yeah, I'm just 2 years in. I'm still a baby in the production side of the game too, bro. So, so I just sit back and I feel the same way. Sitting back, I get to learn from everybody and get to meet people and connect that way, man. But that's the question I want to ask both of you guys, man. This is normally what we do when we have guests on the podcast. I know you guys have been listeners for. We appreciate you guys being listeners and supporting us. Top 5 favorite apps. Let's go. Who's going first?
Oh, I'll go first because I knew this was coming, so I already lined them up.
Oh shit! Word.
Beatmaker 3, LumaFusion, Audio Share, Koala, and Procreate.
Oh,
that's tough.
Yeah, I gotta get that Procreate. A lot of people,
What is Procreate?
It is.
Yeah, talk about Procreate a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Procreate is like it's an art app. Like I said, you can draw. I mean, you can basically you can animate, you can sketch, you can draw.
Procreate?
Yeah, I'm working. I'm kind of working on some stuff now. Yeah, it's old school, but I mean, basically, if you think about it, like if you're familiar with Photoshop, basically all Photoshop is an old Disney studio, because as you add layers, that's how they animate. You do your bottom layer, put the one on top, and you tweak it a little bit and whatnot. Yeah, so I mean, that's like a lot of the stuff that the art that you'll see post up on my Instagram, like some of it I'll do in Procreate, a lot of it I do in Photoshop on my old computer, because I got the old computer, it still got the actual like Photoshop licensed software stuff, because I know all y'all feel this pain, because I hear it all the time. The subscription model sucks. I hate that. You know, that whole, oh, you want to use my software where you can pay me by the month? I did it because like I used to teach a little bit, do some adjunct stuff. So I got to like teach a discount. And even with the teacher discount, after a year, I was like, I couldn't even justify to keep paying a subscription. So I'm like, what else is out there? And I, you know, was going through YouTube. I seen a couple of dudes on Procreate. And I'm like, okay, what's this? I think it was like $14 or whatever. When I got it, it's worth its weight in gold. It's like, and every time they update, it's like Koala. Every time they update, it just get that much better. Like it ain't, it's nothing out. There's nothing else on iOS that's really even touching it. Like for doing it, like whatever kind of art you want to do, you can do it in there.
I don't know what company make it, but you definitely just got them a sale over here. I'm about to go get mine.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I'm buying that shit.
You said animation?
Yeah, animation.
Yeah, that's what got me. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. And here's the coolest thing, right? By default, when you're working in Procreate, it records your session. Like, so all the stuff you do, you can go back in and sing, and then you can say, oh, I want to do a time-lapse replay. And it will give you a time-lapse replay. Everything that you did at every stroke. And it's ill. I did that for like different videos that I'll do. Like I was like, oh, I export this. I'll put a little beat behind it, throw it up there. Like, yo, it's what I was working on this morning. And just time lapse it out. It's crazy. Like literally crazy.
Are you familiar with FlipperClip?
Yeah.
It's a $5 app.
Yeah,
it's like a really simplified version.
Yeah.
I did some dope animations in there. Like for real.
It's crazy. Like I said, once you really get into it, it's out there and it's crazy. Like I said, for me, it was like Photoshop. The way Photoshop went drove me to find something else. Cause like I'll take that big hit and pay for that software as long as I can keep using it. But you want to charge me per month, I can't do that because it's like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why, like I said, I got a laptop. Literally, that's all it does. That's the only reason I had a laptop still working. It's old Windows because it got Photoshop on it. My wife's like, "Yo, you want to get rid of that?" No. That's got the Photoshop on it. I was like, when it die, it's gone. As long as I can turn it on, it works. I'm still banging out stuff.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's great.
I got a Windows computer like that too. That shit got Cool Edit on it. It got what's the other old program? Yo, I refuse to throw that shit out.
What Audacity? What was it? I can't remember what.
Audacity, Cool Edit Pro.
Acoustic.
Fruity Loops like 1.
Acoustica. That's what it was. Acoustica.
Acoustica. That's the company. Yep.
Procreate $10. So
how much?
$10. You about to hit a ding.
What?
Trust me, it's worth every penny.
Oh, you gonna like that, Cheese. You can import audio, all that. You gonna like that.
The ill thing
audio
is,
too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can import audio on there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Animated video with that.
Cartoons is over, son. All the voices, all this shit. It's a wrap.
I can see it now. Animated iOS producers are the future clips everywhere on everything.
I know I always want to make a cartoon and shit because I'm a big ass kid. This shit about to be on.
Yo, Cheese, get FlipperClip too if you want to, because it's a little bit faster. It's like a simplified version of Procreate. It's $5.
What is it called?
FlipperClip.
FlipperClip?
Matter of fact, they might have a free version you could use, but I'm telling you, I use that. Like, I don't know if you remember that Iron Man animation where I had me in an Iron Man suit and the mask opened up. I did that on FlipperClip. Yeah.
Oh, they do got. Wait, I see FlipperClip 2D. They got a free one. Oh yeah, that's the only one I see is free. Hell yeah, we in there.
It is.
They made it free. Oh, you know what? The it's free, but there's an upgrade.
Yeah,
in-app purchase.
The upgrade is $5.
All right, that ain't bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad though.
I'm gonna mess with that. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, so for my list, of course, it would be Beatmaker 3, Koala, Procreate, the FlipperClip. I also like Rough Cut because I do like animation for my work that I actually get paid for, and so like J-Man said, my company pays for the Adobe suite, so I don't have to pay that, but I just don't like the subscription base for my personal use. So that's why I go with those apps.
Yeah, the subscription shit don't make sense. Like
nobody want to add another bill. Nobody.
My thing is like this: like, how you gonna sell me something, right? And then be like, oh, by the way, you gotta keep paying me for it.
I just said it's child support.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. And then it's like, yo, when you don't
you buy a soda and the Arab knock on your door a week later, like, yo, remember that soda you bought?
Yeah.
I need another $1 for that.
It's time to pay rent on that can.
Yeah. Yeah, and it like I say, it get crazy because like I say, if you do a lot in the Adobe suite across the products, that joint just get more and more expensive. Like, because I got it's Photoshop and I got Illustrator on there, and so it's like that's worth its weight in gold. Because I gotta, I mean, for me, for what I like to do, them is the two main ones, and it's hard to find anything else that's even
to compete with that.
Yeah, they even close, especially an Illustrator, because it's like, and you know, it's just like having a dog. Once you know it, and you start knowing the shortcuts, and you know what I'm saying, exactly, you know what I'm saying, you know how to finesse it so you can get exactly what you want. It's just it speeds up your process, and so you know, trying to relearn that it gets kind of hard. But Procreate is ill because like most of my stuff for Photoshop, I can pull over into the iPad and make it work, from the brushes to like the layovers, templates. Like
I heard that.
Yeah, stuff that I've been building up for years. You know, like you got sounds in your library. You know, you got kicks, snares, you know, melodies, things you like. Oh, I love these. I've been using these. These work. You can bring them from DAW to DAW. Yeah, Procreate lets you bring some of that Adobe stuff, you know, over. If you you know, if you've been stacking up your brushes and all the other stuff, you can bring them over.
And I found quite a few free brush packs.
Oh yeah, they're all out there. Yeah,
that I use like off top. They're my defaults.
Oh yeah, it's a gang of them out there. So
yeah, I'm gonna be hollering at y'all because to get brushes and all that. Because right now y'all speaking a whole different language, but I'm you doing it.
Hey, you know the deal, man. Just hit me up, man. I'll let you know. Like I said, I got some stuff I can you know, once you get settled, you get ready to want to expand, just let me know. And I got some brushes I can kick your way.
Word, that's what's up.
Yeah, they'll definitely.
I got some joints
get you started.
Word, that's what's up.
I could drop box them to you, matter of fact.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are right now. So
when you get ready, let me know. It's all good.
Right now, it's like when you first started making beats. It's like, yo, I'm gonna send you a photo of waves. You're like, waves? You fucking do-rag and stuff like that? Like, what you talking about? So
yeah, I will say this. Once you get it, just do a search on YouTube, man. It's a gazillion freaking tutorials out there on how to use the joint.
Listen, I am an avid student, of YouTube University. Trust me, I'll be on there. I graduate and re-enroll all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially during this last year, please.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
hey, that's how I ended up finding you. I was looking for how do I hook up. It's crazy thing. I was like, how do I hook up the MP218? And I found your video, the one that you was your most liked video that you don't even had a drum for. That's how I found you.
Because I don't even have the box no more. Like I sold.
That was literally how I found you. I'm like, okay, cool.
I was like, bro, I don't my bad. My bad. Maybe I should go get another one. Shit, like, and do another video, part 2. Like, I ain't expect to have that many views on nothing. That shit. I'll be going back. I'll be scared to open up YouTube sometimes. I don't want to be answering all the comments. I'll be like, damn, I'm so backlogged on comments. Like, motherfuckers probably hate me. Like, you ain't shit. Like. Yeah, but I'll definitely I'm gonna definitely hit up YouTube. I'm gonna find out all about this shit because I got the joint I got is what is it called? Affinity.
Yeah, Affinity Photo, right?
Affinity Photo and the other joint too. But I never like sat down and really like a photo. I learned how to do basic shit. Like I take a background now, and then I can put anything over. Like I can make a real good thumbnail clip with that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like but like outside of that, like yeah, I know it's useful to do a lot more than what I'm doing. Like I just don't I don't speak the language of like the photo apps and stuff like that. But it's all good. I'm gonna learn it. I now know I got 2 resources. I'm gonna holler at both of you.
Yeah, I'm still learning that photo and the other one, but it's like the Affinity Photo is like Photoshop and the other one is like Illustrator. So it's just so it's kind of like that. One's vector, one's pixel based, without getting all nerded out on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's how they work. If you got a pen, right?
Huh?
You got a pen, right? The Apple pen.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you ain't got it, Procreate will make you want to get one if you don't have. Yeah. Because
get the most out of it.
Yeah, that's like that's an instant level up. Oh, you get Procreate, you ain't got a pen, you get a pen, yo, you just leveled up five steps right there. Just easy. Exactly. Yeah.
That's dope.
All right. Shit. All right. I
Bro, I'm
appreciate it.
definitely
Nice.
Dope shit.
Because everyone says that and we never get it. We're like, oh, word, Procreate's dope. But Rob said that shit too. Remember when he came on, Rob Victim?
I've heard people talking about Procreate forever, and I'm like, word.
It's the truth.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
You know what's so funny? When I went in there just to buy it a little bit ago, my woman already got it on her iPad. So
she got it.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, we got that family share. You know
That
what I'm
family
saying?
share.
Trust me, man. It's like one of them things where you'll never regret the money you spent for Procreate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, that's gonna make me get back into it even more, man. Because I grew up doing a lot of sketches and drawings and stuff like that too, man. So that sounds fire, man. You do a lot of dope art, J, man.
Like, yeah, I mean, I try, man. That's my main thing. That's what I do the most. So
yeah, because I see you.
Oh man, I can't wait.
It's your grandchild that be with you too, right?
Oh yeah, the princess. She be with me now. It's hard to do anything because all she want to do because she figured out if I press this, if I'm down with grandpa, if I press this, it makes sounds and it kind of move. Yo, it's a wrap. Like Akai is the greatest for that was it the MPK MIDI. This thing is sturdy. I never realized how sturdy it was until she started because she be on that. Oh my gosh, she be on that. Like she banging the keys. Exactly. So she figured out, so she got her own little rhythm. Like she definitely loved music. So but if she come down here, she feel like she got it, she got a seat at the table. I had to get her a high chair, so she literally sits at the desk with me.
I'm looking
that's fire.
Yeah, so she can bang on stuff. Like she always like she mad now because she upstairs with her mom, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going, Grandpa." I was like, "No." I was like, "Grandpa got to go downstairs," and she started wilding out. I was like, "Nah, I don't want to bring you downstairs. You spend some quality time with mommy. I got this." So when we get done, I'm going upstairs.
She's coming right here.
For the rest of the night, it's like she's gonna be attached to my hip. Like she ain't going nowhere. Like, it's crazy.
Like what we cooking up? What we cooking up tonight?
Exactly.
Like, what samples you chopping? Because I'm over here. I don't like that snake. Get another one. Get another one.
Oh, I don't. Hey, it's funny you say that because I'll play stuff and she literally is like, I was like, "Do you like this?" And she's like she'll make sounds like she don't like it, and like and every now and then like something will play and she will literally like start banging her hand like trying to get my attention. Like that's
it right there.
That's it. Yeah. I kid you not. When I was doing the thing for the sample challenge, like I played her different things, and she was like, when I finally got to the what I liked the most, she was kind of like, she started banging like, yeah, like that was it. I was like, this one, and she was no response. Like this one, she started banging. I was like, okay, that's what we're rolling with. So like I said, she hilarious, man. She just
that's cool, man.
Best thing ever. Like I said, I love my kids, but the grandkids is better, like over the top.
That's what we hear. Yeah, I can't wait to, man. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. You trust. Don't be in no rush, man.
Oh, we not. My not in my house anyway. We ain't no hurry like that.
My productivity has done this right here. Look, wait a minute. Right there over my shoulder. What do you see? Look at that. This is what's happening.
That's the studio. That's what that is.
This is what happens. Yeah. When I do my studio, because normally like every year, every time I do a major upgrade in the studio, I'll do a tour. Like, oh, this is new. This is what I'm working on, so forth. So I haven't done it for this year yet because I was waiting to finally get everything back done from the flood. But when I do it this year, you're gonna see baby high chairs, walkers, strollers.
Hey, put a drum machine on each one. Just sit a MIDI controller on each one.
Yo, don't laugh because those extra buttons that I got from the beatbox, I'm literally like cutting like 3 sheets of cardboard, gluing them together, and I'm putting them in there for her, so she'll have her a little box.
You can make her a dope little,
yeah, make her a little box so she can, she can press on the keys. She could take it with her. It's cardboard, so it ain't like gonna hurt nothing or anything. It's perfect. Yep. And that way, hopefully,
make no sound though. She'll figure out shit. Yo, this ain't like grandpa joint. Like,
that's true. Yeah, that is the one drawback, but
but that's dope. That's still dope.
Yeah, we have to try to make it work though.
You're gonna have a little beat maker there, man. Like
that's the plan, man. You know, I said I treat her the same way I treated all my other kids. Like, yo, you know, when I'm doing stuff, you know, come with me and do it. If you like it, then that's great. I'm gonna support you. I don't want to make you do nothing. But if I see you like something and you good at it, yeah, I'm your biggest fan and supporter. I'm gonna push you.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna push because you know, yeah. So
nice.
Snag, what got you into music, brother? What got you started, man?
You
say you used to spit, right?
Yeah.
Well, you always spit. You never stop spitting. I mean, let's keep it.
Yeah. I still do a little something. Yeah. But I actually fell in love with our culture around '83. I have 2 older sisters that I'm close with, and like they used to like write down the raps like LL Cool J, I Need Love, and Run DMC and all that. Perform. It was almost like an early karaoke without the mic. And so that was like my first introduction into it. But I first started actually recording, I probably was about 12 years old. A studio in my neighborhood in the Bronx called K-Rock Studio. It's also where Lord Finesse, Diamond D, all the DITC brothers started over there too, K-Rock Studios in the Bronx. Rest in peace, Kenny Scott. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, now that I'm older and I still want to be a part of the culture. You know, with rappers, they age you out. I ain't gonna be on stage in some skinny jeans with a mouth full of gold. I'm gonna have a heart attack trying to keep up with these little dudes. You feel me?
Yeah,
so I'm gonna let them go ahead and have that and do what they do and tip my hat. You feel me?
Word.
I try not to be judgmental anymore because, you know, I have like younger family members that are into music and they value my opinion and all that. And I was completely shutting them down. Like, I don't want to hear nothing trappy, nothing. Get out of here with that. So I stopped doing that and I said, you know what? When my generation was in the driver's seat, the elders probably felt the same way about the type of music that we gravitated towards, how we dressed. Remember, we had super baggy clothes, your t-shirt went down to your knees and all that. And I remember how the elders used to complain about that. Now they just super tight, you feel me? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop judging them, let them do what they do and have fun with the culture because it's their turn right now. Right. And I'm gonna find another route, another way where I could participate, you know what I mean, without compromising myself. So that's why you hear me, I just be on my boom bap. And like I said, it just feels good to be a part of the culture. Still.
That's what got you into making beats.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. I think a lot of us are in that similar position. You know, it's kind of in that range of, you know, coming from how it was in the 80s and 90s versus as to now. A lot of us are kind of in that seat of like, well, you know, that's part of why I'm kind of transitioning into making beats too, because no, I'm not Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be rapping till I'm, you know, in my 50s and stuff like that. I mean, I'll do it just to be messing around. You know what I mean? You know, but that's a big reason why I got into really taking into consideration making beats too, just to feel like you're still a part of, you know what I'm saying? You know, just create the creative process of it. You know,
that's real, man.
It's fun, man. It's a lot
of
fun.
It's about adding on. I mean, our era, it was about adding on. You feel me? That's why we call it the golden era, because we had so many standout artists. Not just in New York, just all across the board. Me, I always like, I like music from all different regions. I even like a lot of the trap music. I just don't like New York dudes doing trap music. You feel me? It seems unnatural to me. I'm like, damn, we were the trendsetters and now we cool with being the followers. You feel me? But like I said, I liked all different regions. We had so many standout artists in the different regions that sounded like the area they were from. You feel me? Like, and I just feel like, you know, at some point, when the West Coast and the South kind of took over, New York dudes were like, okay, it's easy for us to do that. We could do tons of that. And we could be on the radio too and be in heavy rotation all day if that's what you want. And they just went ahead and conformed. You feel me? And I try not to be judgmental. Like I said, my seat is different. I never really got the pop. I got to, like, you know what I mean, peek in the door, but I didn't really get in there. So like I said, I'm just honored to still be able to add on in some way.
No, but respect, because you did some shit too, though. Don't downplay it though, Snag. Respect to your work. Nice. You've been putting in work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Word.
How about you, Jay, man? What got you started in the music, brother?
It's a weird thing, man. I always been like, it's more the culture, man. You know, like, you know, I wouldn't do it now, but yeah, I mean, you know, there was a time when I thought I could rhyme, you know, but you know, I was also, you know, I b-boyed, I did graffiti, you know, I DJ'd. It was like the whole, the whole thing, man. You know, and you know, it's always a part of you, you know. But then, you know, you get older, you go and you do different stuff. And you know, there was some things I used to do, like I used to mess around cool Ep31 and like acid on the computer. And then, you know, kids, life, all that stuff happens, and you kind of move a different way. It never leaves you. And then, so, you know, I always dabbled. But the craziest thing was when I got my first iPad, for whatever reason, I said, yo, I'm gonna record myself drawing. So I did that. And then I was like, oh, yo, I'll throw this up on YouTube. Why not? You know what I'm saying? And so I time lapsed it, threw it up on YouTube. And basically, I would record myself listening to the music that I would normally listen to. It's like instrumental stuff, you know, like J Dilla, like, you know, they weren't really calling it lo-fi then, but, you know, that's kind of what it was. Yeah. And so it was all cool. And that was before, you know, YouTube said, oh, you got to have like 10,000 people following you before you can monetize stuff. So everybody can monetize. And what ended up happening was I kept getting all these strikes like, yo, you know, your video is this, this, and this, and you can't do this because somebody else's music belongs to you. And I'm like, I mean, it belongs to somebody else. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I got old music. I'll just throw that up there. And that's literally how I started. And then from the iPad, I just literally start, I wonder if I can do that on the iPad. And then I found, what did I find first? What the Novation software. I was playing around with that. Then I found Impc Pro, and I started messing with that. And then I found Beatmaker 3. And actually, I got Beatmaker 3, and then I got Beatmaker 2, and realized for whatever reason I didn't like Beatmaker 2. It was mentally, it was harder for me. But Beatmaker 3 was like, you know, I could figure out my way. And that's literally how I got back into messing around with music, because I was tired of YouTube sending me these little flags. And then of course YouTube changed the game, and you gotta meet certain standards to monetize now. But I just kept doing it. And like, you know, like I said, the iPad was just a thing. Like I had it. And I was telling somebody, it was like, man, you don't draw as much anymore. I was like, nah, I draw all the time. I said, well, I'm drawing on paper more than anything else. I was like, you'll see me, well, I see you posting like little beat videos and stuff. I was like, yeah, I do that because it's kind of like drawing for me, especially drawing on a computer and actually finish some work. That's like cooking a 7-course meal. You know what I'm saying? You got to do all the prep, and, you know, you're in the kitchen, you know, not for nothing. You know, you want to make a beat with your iPad, you sitting at a doctor's appointment. Yo, that joint like a drive-through. You know, I hit it's like hitting McDonald's or Wendy's up. Yo, let me get a number 7. You know, it's that easy access. It doesn't take all of that preparation anymore. Like I gotta come down, set up everything. No, I could open up my iPad. What do I feel like? You know, find me some drums, find a rhythm, you know, and it's easy. So I mean, but that's how I got into music. It's just the culture, man. I always, you know, always been around it, always loved it. And growing up in the South, you know, we got it from everywhere. We got it coming up from Florida, coming down from New York, coming over from the West Coast. Like I said, it's just, you know, it was crazy, like the nexus of music that we would get, and like a lot of local cats that, you know, nobody else knew because they was Southern cats. Like DJ Magic Mike is one of like my favorite producers. They influenced me the most. And it's like for the longest of times, if you weren't in the South, you ain't know who Magic Mike was. And like you could say Magic Mike, and like, oh, he ain't nobody. He's like, yo,
you talking about the movie? Like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, yo, like for real, if you think about it, even back then, what he was doing is what Cash is doing now with the streaming and the lo-fi and everything else. All the beat tapes, you know, that's coming out now. That's my thing. I just make beats and I perform. I'm thinking, yo, he was doing that like forever ago. And basically going platinum, selling tapes out of the trunk. Like it's crazy. But you know, that and, you know, Ghetto Boys and all the stuff that was coming from the West. And it's just crazy, you know, but yeah, always always been around it, always love the culture, you know. Don't let nobody tell you in the South it wasn't the real B-boys. It was, you know, it was a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. My family from the South too, I can attest to that.
Yeah, see, and then me being in the Midwest, it's the same difference. You know what I mean? We're getting music from the East, from the West, from the South, from every, just being in that gumbo and stuff, especially before it is the way it is now.
Right.
We was up on stuff that other people wasn't up on, yeah, and vice versa and stuff. Like, man, those were some fun times.
Oh yeah.
You know, to discover some new stuff. And that was, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about just a little bit ago with, like, it used to be a time when we looked forward to hearing the different regions and the different accents and the different sounds and the, you know, and that's what kind of turns people off a little bit to some of the trap music, because you know, everybody's kind of emulating. We talk about it on the podcast quite a bit here and there. You know what I mean? But I mean, just being in these regions, man, there's still a lot of different sounds out here that's still untapped, where, you know, you're trying to push people into, like, yo, get you an iPad, yo, do this, do that. You don't have to go and spend X amount of dollars going to the studio to put that down like you have to, like you used to, and, you know, trying to get people to catch up. But I mean, you know, and at the same time, we're gonna take advantage of being pioneers of this movement too. You know,
that's real.
You know. Because before apps start costing $500 a piece, you know what I'm saying? You know.
That shit down.
That gotta be crazy.
Who was on the car? Who else was on the car?
It was Kings versus Queens. Yeah.
Right? It was like Charlie
Queen
Clips.
of the Ring. Nah,
Charlie
Clips wasn't there.
I thought Clips was on this one.
He might be. I might be wrong. I doubt it, but I don't know. You might be right. Clips might have been on there.
The battle. I didn't even see the whole card. That's why I was wondering.
To be honest with you, I ain't see the whole card.
I got a joint with Clips. That's my dude.
Clips. Yeah, we was talking about how they canceled the URL event today. Somebody had COVID. They had to shut it down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I was
COVID
excited for that.
COVID shitting on the underground battle scene, huh?
Right? Like.
Tapping everybody pocket.
This is when niggas gonna take it serious now.
For the battle rap, right?
Battle rap. That was the one thing. That's the straw. The camel's back.
Word. I was tight when I heard they shut that shit down. I was ready. Kings versus Queens. I was like, oh yeah, ladies. We got y'all today.
Disrespectful. That was about to be disrespectful. Oh my goodness. Wow, but it had to be probably one of the main battles or something?
I don't know. I just know they said that 2 people tested positive. So they shut that whole shit and postponed it to March.
Because they probably had that during when they was doing the promotions and everything.
Yeah. Coughing and breathing all on each other.
And all that. Oh,
make the NBA bubble.
Right?
In a hazmat suit.
We just they just gonna evolve to the rapping in space helmets.
Where G said they gonna walk in with the astronaut shit.
Either that, or they gotta get the mask. The joints to be like this with the clear joint. The college basketball coaches with that joint on, and it looked like a tablecloth on the outside, but it was clear like over the mouth.
Oh yeah,
you look taking this out here, man. Like. We can understand you through the mask. It's not that bad.
Say, you want to close it out, sis?
Yes, I want to say that. Well, first, do you guys have anything else you want to add? Any shout your social medias, whatever you want to pump. Anything about the beatbox, anything you want to add. Now be the time.
For me, it's easy. I can borrow this. You know, JManArtist on everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere. You know, wherever you go, JManArtist. Yo, every time I hear it, I'm like, yo, one of these days I'm gonna get to say that. Yeah, JManArtist on everything. Like I said, hit the website, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And right now, you know, I'm just doing what I do, man. I'm just trying to, you know, make beats, have fun, working on my comic. Like I said, I post some stuff here sporadically, but, you know, really getting down to the hard part now, coloring and lettering. But the goal is, you know, since ain't nobody going nowhere, had that joint finished up, at least the first one finished up by the end of the year. Go ahead and get that done. So
that's dope.
Got a comic coming too.
No, it's just right now. It's just a regular comic, man. You know, like I said, we always talk about nerd culture and, you know, how we came up and whatnot. Like I said, I was probably one of the biggest, you know, like nerd dudes, you know, coming up. But like I said, where I was from, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You like what you like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why. I just always liked that stuff. But my problem was, you ain't never see cats like me want to play, playing Dungeons and Dragons. You ain't seen none of the characters look like that. So that's kind of what the comic is. You know what I'm saying? What would basically what would a Dungeons and Dragons fantasy setting look like? You know what I'm saying? If the main hero, you know what I'm saying, got dreads, you know what I'm saying, and a healthy beard, you know what I'm saying, and and it actually reflect what the world look like.
Interest already.
Max, you about to open up to a whole. You got a whole. That's a whole untapped market.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
especially
man.
now.
Well,
even then, when I was coming up, man, I was heavy into, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors, those.
That's all regular. I didn't even know that was nerd culture.
So that's just what I just said. That's how they look at it now. And they're like, "Oh, you was a nerd." I was like, "Nah, like I like what I like. Like that's nobody gave me no crap because I had some comic books, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. That was just what we did. But I always felt some type of way that I wasn't reflected there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure some other kids out there that might, enjoy it. And especially now being on Instagram, I've connected with a bunch of artists and friends of mine. It's like it's a lot of cats out there doing a lot of cool stuff. And I'm like, if now ain't the time, when is it? You know what I'm saying? So it's time to, maximize this, this quarantine and turn it into some mean green, you know what I'm saying? A little cash, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's where I'm at.
I'm looking at your YouTube right now, J-Man. It looks dope.
Yeah, that's why I put a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the time lapse stuff is like stuff from the comic, like me just just doing.
Let me just say to our listeners who's listening, we're gonna put the links to everyone's stuff down below in the description of the video when we drop it, so you'll be able to check out JManArtist and SnaggaPuss work. All their stuff will be there. Their Instagrams, anything I can find, I'm gonna put down there. So
cool.
Appreciate that.
No doubt not. We appreciate y'all coming on. Like, thank you so much. That was dope. I'm glad y'all did it.
I'll be on all y'all pages. That's how I get my info.
Yeah.
That's how I
appreciate
satisfy my beer addiction.
Yo,
Snag, what are you working on, man? Anything you want to plug too? Before
right now I've been heavy just into the beat making, you feel me, and just learning it. And right now I'm actually trying to get myself into the MPC workflow because my actual hardware piece, I prefer the machine. So right now I'm still kind of feeling my way around. Other than that, I have some music coming down the pipeline soon. Right now I'm thinking about redoing everything and doing my own production.
Yo, that's what's up. That'll be dope.
Wait, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Every beat I be hearing you that I hear you post, I'm like, yo, all right, so when we gonna get this Snag flow on this shit? Everything sound like, I'm like, yo, it's only one person that is this one person that feel right. Like everything sounds just like I be like,
wow, thank you. I try to make it true to me.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if I told you this, but I used to work with this songwriter years ago. And you was popping at the time, right? And you was the person that this songwriter used to get me to do it. He was like, yo, I'm gonna hook you with my homie Snag. I'll hook you with my homie Snag, da-da-da-da.
I'm honored, brother.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say and act like I knew about you at the moment. So I was like, who is it? And so he gave me a bunch of your stuff. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is nice, bro. How'd you rap it like SnaggaPuss, the character, but the shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, brother.
So when I hear the beats, I'll be like, yo, come on, we ain't gonna get Snag West on. You know what I mean?
I got some stuff I can send you, you know what I mean, for y'all to check, but soon, you feel me?
Word.
I feel like I just got to be careful. You feel me? There's things that I learned that a younger artist doesn't know yet. Like, for instance, when you put something out there, you say something, you can't take it back. You feel me? So I'm real careful with what I say and how I say it. So it takes me longer. I don't just go dry. I could just go dry the verse, but I take that in a whole nother light. You feel me? Especially when you get into you know what I mean? We know we can write things into existence. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some of our greater artists. So I learned that actual part of it and how that you can actually create certain energies through music. You feel me? Because we know it's all sounds and waves and all that. So I take all that into consideration. So
100%.
my project, I'm trying to make a classic, right? And that's it. I'm done. You feel me?
Hey,
like I said before, I'm not gonna be competing with these young dudes, man. They're on all types of drugs to hype them up and give them a boost. I'm not gonna experiment with their jeans is tight so they can move agile like a dancer and all this. We'll let them have that, and I'm gonna do something grown and something that I feel is true to me. I feel like anybody that knew of my music back then, hopefully they grew along with me. So I'm gonna make something for us.
Yeah, there's still an audience out there for people in our you know what I'm saying, respective range too, man. There's still a huge audience out there. So don't think they ain't out there where you can still grow it.
Nah, that's real. I'm a fan first.
I hear them all the time, like, yo, man, I'm needing something. Yeah. I need something on my level, you know, at my age. Like, you know, I can't listen. I can't hop up and down with my son like I used to. You know, I can't. I need something smooth. You know,
dude yelling and screeching at you the whole time. I be jumping out my skin like a stray cat. I be like, oh, this beat is rocking. Then as soon as the vocals start, I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here?
It's like what my kids call it. I need that dad rap. That's dad rap. That's that dad rap.
Hey, this come on, y'all.
Do it again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
exactly.
I'm a heart attack. Thank you, my brother.